All right, let's take one. My first video, my introduction to my life, my YouTube. Really, I don't even know if I'm filming right. See, so I put some lotion on, oily, but I really don't know if I'm filming right because I know the phone should be sideways or straight up, but it's straight up. So hopefully everything come out good when I post it. But yeah, this is my introduction. Uh, I'm gonna chop some things out, chop what doesn't need to be said, what do. But ultimately, I'm making a YouTube dedicated to my boxing journey, and my life is set up around boxing, and boxing is set up around my life. So I may, as time comes along and evolve, I may introduce parts of my life out there, introduce my boxing. Well, not introduce my boxing, but stop this video. Wow, it's my dumb stuff. The whole time while I was recording, I said some fire stuff too. I didn't even hit start. But again, this is my first set. Ultimately, what I was saying when I didn't hit record is I want to start this YouTube, this journey, because when I pass on, I want to have, you know, so much footage of myself to look back on when you want to recollect and just recall on my history. It is there. It's something for each segment. That's why I'm sorry that last part didn't get recorded, because I just think about all the stuff I've had from the date of my birth to now. That all the memories is all, there's only stories I can tell. It's not cinematic. Nothing is put out there. So I want that, and ultimately, when I'm doing this YouTube, I want to just give it the realness. I want to be able to share my own insecurities, the things that really, challenge me and alter me mentally, emotionally. My faults and my shortcomings. I want to put that out there, and that's part of the reason why I really am procrastinated to even just get out here, sit in front of the camera and record, because it really takes what's the word? It takes like a person better than myself to just get out there and just be like, dang, like, oh, like, I let it look a little woozy. I'ma still, I'm put out there, let people see it. They may rock with it, they might not, but that's hard to do, and that's the reason why I just kept private, because my own insecurities. But that's why I want to do this YouTube. I want to put everything out there and share all of my journey, and then catch all up from the past, from that obviously hasn't been recorded. So I say all that really for my introduction. I just want to keep everything real brief and share from the segments. I guess we'll backtrack from now. I recently just started boxing again, getting back to training. Took about a year and a half off. I had shoulder surgery, as you can see right here, the little scar, little one right there. I had shoulder surgery, I had band card repair. Ideally, what was happening is when I was jabbing, just any type of movement really, my bone was coming out of place. But fortunately, it was going back in place. But that bone, it sits on this thing called the humeral head. Something I'm not a doctor, forgive me, but it sits on there, and so like you gotta think the shoulder was coming out. I'm not a doctor, forgive me, but it sits on there, and so like you gotta think the shoulder was coming out. I'm like, and it was tearing this part where it sits, so I was ripping it. It gave me a bunch of little rips, and I had to go to get surgery to get that repaired. Ultimately, like I thought it was going to really heal on its own, so that's what prolonged me. I went to a national way back, the one in Columbus, Ohio. Fought a kid by the name of Devin Parrish. Shout out to him, because he was I feel like good fighter, and he went on to the finals. I watched him every day, and he ended up losing in the final in the championship. But outside of that, but I'm saying like I was trying to compete with my shoulder messed up. Like I was thinking like it was just, I'm thinking it's just some pain. It was just come with this life. So I'm thinking it was going to heal. And I remember during that fight, like it messing up. And I remember I go back and sit down in the corner, and I know I'm gonna get my ass beat. I'm like, damn, like. Cause I remember like he hit me with something in the ropes. Like normally I'd have been slick jabbing him, but like, man, I went to the ropes. Cause I'm like, dang, my shoulder is hurting. And when he cracked my itch, like my legs almost get. I was like, whoa, boy, like he ain't know, but yeah, I do. I was like, dang, like he throwing that stuff. So I walked to the corner, but like I'm saying, I walked to the corner knowing my shoulders, but that's when I knew. But like, I'm gonna do tell my coach, hey, my shoulder messed up. Like he can't save me. So ultimately, I went on and finished that fight. But uh, after then, like I knew like something was wrong. Really, I went back to I had family out where that tournament was at, so I went to my partner house, Dante house. I was chilling. I'm just like, bro, my shoulder hurts. Like every movement, like it just felt so sore. So I was like, man, I don't really lose like that either. So after I lost, I just got salty, and I just like, man, I'm gonna take a little bit of time off. So I took some time off, thinking it was going to heal, and they had like a little local show in my city, and it was like, well, why don't you do it? I'm like, man, like I'm always running, so I'm never really like out of conditioning. And I was like, I really don't want to do it. But then they was saying, oh, we gonna have you fight such and such, and I'm like, man, he be talking spicy, like, let me go do it to him for real, like, show him like it's levels to it. And my shoulder was messed up again there, like it still like pop out, and they had to stop it. Like I'm like, bro, I'm getting stopped. Like what the hell? Like I really don't want him to feel like he did something, like, cause he didn't. Like he not that, but daggone, no disrespect to him, but daggone. But my shoulder pop out. I'm like, that's what I knew at that point. Something was wrong, like something like my shoulder shouldn't keep on doing this after all this time. So I went to the doctor, and they basically had to do an MRI, and it was a real long process, man. Like ultimately, that was a real long process from the MRI to getting the surgery. And after I got the surgery, the hurricanes happened here, so everything was shut down for a minute. So I'm missing my physical therapy that prolonged. Then I'm going to the physical therapy, and by like my fifth or sixth session, they finally bill me. It's almost as much as the surgery. I'm like, what the hell? And remind you, like I'm doing this all on my own. Like I'm paying for the surgery, I'm paying for the physical therapy. Fortunately, my parents were able to pick me up from the surgical place and help me out for that first day. But outside of all of that, like it's not too much like I could rely on them for. So I was really having my own back, and I'm going through all this, and then and I'm trying to watch YouTube, trying to figure out who else has had these problems. Like nobody else really has had this similar situation happen to them. Well, it has. Excuse me. Other people have, but nobody's talking about it. Like again, that's why I also want to share and bring light to it. So when somebody doesn't feel like me, because I really felt alone. Like I went through all this. I'm like, dang, and catch back. So I'm paying for the surgery, then the physical therapy. They finally billed me. It's like it's just as much as the surgery. I'm like, bro, I can't keep doing this. Like, So I'm like, I'm done. I'm gonna just do the physical therapy myself. Me being an athlete, I'm thinking like, I'm good. I'm gonna be all right. No, I was wrong, and that it messed me up. That probably prolonged me like another 3-4 months, because I thought I was gonna be okay. I tried to come back to compete, start fighting, and then my arm just gave out. Like, oh, it was hurting. Like it was still like it was in so much of pain. Like giving out again, going like it was like regressing, like going backwards to like before I had the surgery. Like it really made my arm so much weaker. Like even though it was strengthening it, it made it so much weaker and sensitive than it was before. So ultimately, I needed to just keep doing my my PT, so I did that on my own. Finally got healthy, and now I'm returning back to boxing. So there is that segment from the surgery, and that was about like a year and a half, a long process that leads up to now. I'm recording this video today. It's August 9th, 2023. Then so I had the surgery in the that was like a year and a half ago. All through that, I've been training for a couple months, getting back right, making noise. Then before then, I trained boxing, completed, dedicated myself for about good 4 years, just straight, just going hard, making myself just be the best I can be, promising to dedicate myself, training twice a day, always getting up in the morning, running, training, going to work, going back to the gym, training, running, doing exactly what I had to do. And to rewind, right before that 4 years, what really made me become so dedicated was me being a shooting victim. I was shot 5 times, never supposed to walk again. Obviously, fortunately, I'm walking, but doing so much more than walking, fighting it. But that is what made me become so dedicated. So when I say like little scars, like, I'm gonna take another video to show you my real scar. So I was shot 5 times, 3 on my side. 2 of the bullets had collapsed my colon, and then that ruptured my colon, I'm sorry. Then 1 bullet collapsed my lung, and then 2 other bullets hit my elbow, like in my arm, as you can see in the little video. Then I completely forgot to mention, and I really didn't take a photo of it at the time, but I got shot in my back too, like right by my spine. That's what would have caused, me not to be mobile. So, but obviously, as you know, it's in my lower back. It's hard to take a photo of that, and then at the time, I really wasn't thinking of taking no photo at that. But in the video, I'll try and point out to where it's at my back. It's kind of hard to see, but yeah, there's also that was also a gunshot wound. I have an older brother. His name Tyrus Stevens. My name Mason Stevens. Older brother, same last name. We got same dad, different moms. He boxed. He always boxed like when I was coming up, and I wanted to box. He's older than me, so like he was doing more, I was doing less, obviously, age. So I wanted to box when he was boxing, and my dad would always go to his fights to watch him, everything. I thought it was the coolest thing. I'm gonna upload this whole vid. I got y'all, man. I'm gonna upload this vid of him. He got the belt on him. You're like, yeah. I don't think the vid I got he said my name, but it's another vid. He was like, yeah, man. Shout out my little brother Mason. Like, y'all, I be thinking about y'all when I'm fighting. I feel that because that's how I be. I be thinking about those I love. You're like, yeah, shout out him. And I really look up to him. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, yo, like, I want to be like you, big bro. I'm saying, I want to do that. That's what I want to do. But like, I never really wanted to box like after that till I got shot. And so what made me like go ham and for real was getting shot at 18. That's when I was like, man, I'm actually going to compete. Like, it would be unfair for me to say I didn't know about boxing. Like, I already knew about it, but like 18 is when I actually became dedicated and was like, man, I'm going to actually go out and do this for real. You know what I'm saying? And so now I know I was going for the story time is a little bit off. You know what I'm saying? So I told you I had an older brother. So then we go back to me getting shot. I told you I moved back to Columbus. After I got shot in Akron, I went back to Columbus, stayed there. I was all around. I feel like I'm all over the place, but try and feel what I'm saying. I moved back to Columbus. I'm living with my cousins. My family, my immediate family, they didn't live there. I live with my cousins, and man, see, this is what I'm saying. This is where it get like crazy, like where I'm saying like, man, I didn't want to record because I'm like get emotional, nigga. Like it make me emotional. But that yeah, I had just turned 18 at this time. Just turned 18. I'm like, I'm about to kill myself, basically. I'm just come out and say it. Like, nigga about to kill himself. I remember I'm sitting in the car, big ass Tahoe. I'm sitting in it. I'm like, damn. I'm cussing because I try not to cuss, but dad, when I'm sitting inside, I got a gun on my head. I'm sick, man. I'm like, dang, like life over. I'm sick. I think I got shot. I had a girlfriend at the time. She was playing me left. Let me do a story time on all that, man. Help my young brothers out. But man, I'm just sick, bro. Like, and I had no hope for life, you know. That's why I got this tatted. The miracles happen, because I feel like when miracles do happen, and my motto was like I want to be able to give people hope, because I feel like I didn't have hope. But yeah, man, I remember I'm sitting in a truck, bro. I'm sitting there, and I'm sick though. Like I really am like damn, bro. Like I don't really have no family at the time, like around me, no real friend. Like, yeah, I ain't really had no real friends. I feel like, man, I can count on, and my living situation wasn't the best, bro. Like again, I'm 18. I don't have no car, no job, no real money. Like I'm waking up every day, and I'm doing what I want. Like I don't have no, like, you know what I'm saying? I'm just doing what I want. Like I'm just evaluating. Like I said, like thinking back, like it just reminded me how depressed I was. I was like, dang. Like, so I'm like, I'm ready to off my. Then these niggas tried to kill me. I'm like, dang. Like, then they didn't even kill me. So I'm dealing with like survivor's remorse. You know what I'm saying? Like, why did I live through all that? On top of that, like, so that was like a heavy ass blow. Like I'm living on top of having almost been killed, and then it wasn't like no, like people get shot every day. I won't say people get shot, but people do get shot every day. But you know what I'm saying? Like it'd be like a leg shot, an arm shot, here and there. You know what I'm saying? Like nigga, I really like got shot 5 times everywhere. That was really like hard for me to deal with. Like it was on some real, like, you know, stuff you hear about in movies. It wasn't just like no little just, you know, you got a little foot shot, you know, get a crutch, you cool, you back. Like I had to go through a whole like entire process to just heal from that. So again, I'm gonna do a story time with just that alone. Long introduction video. I didn't plan for it to be all like this, so forgive me again if I'm all over the place. My first vid too. I'm saying that because have some sympathy with me for this being not that good of a video, because I don't know if y'all really gonna rock with it and be like, dang, this nigga's everywhere. But yeah, daggone. Basically, I'm about to kill myself, bruh. And I called my brother. And as I started talking, you're going to hear how, again, the influence my brother had on my life. But basically, I called him and tell him how I'm just salty, I'm about to kill myself. And he was like, basically, he called his pastor on the phone too, you know. And I said my pastor too, you know. Pastor, she get on the phone with me, and she's like, why don't you come out here where we at? Because again, I told you where I'm living, my family like is broken up, you know what I'm saying? And so they was like, come out here where we at. I'm like, bro, I can't even make it out there. I'm like, I don't even have a car. Like it was like, no, we gonna get you a plane ticket. I'm like, all right. And I say, when? She's like, you want to come tomorrow? I'm like, what? Like, I don't even know I'm prepared for this. And she was like, I'm going to get you when you come tomorrow. And so my brother gave me a plane ticket. I come tomorrow. I'm like, I'm blown. Like, it was really like that, like, phew. So I put the gun down. I'm like, man, I'm gonna get right. I come out there and he's giving me some food, and I'm like, hey, bro, like, why don't you get me in the boxing again? Like, you teach me rock out with it? And he was like, yeah, teach you. We get back into it. And boom, from there, I'm in the crib. I'm doing mitts with him every day, and that led me all the way to there.